do is adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to. I like to love you every day.
Hi everyone, welcome to Live Well Be Fabulous's latest edition of Fab Beauty Life Snaps. And in this video, we are going to be talking about a famous debate amongst the blogger community. It is the war between e.l.f. Cosmetics and LA Girl. Now, this isn't going to be a very super long video, but as you know, I had a video earlier where I was talking about products that I use for my age, which is the 40s, the fabulous 40s, and I can't use products that dry my skin out or that settle in my pores or any of those other things that products do to make you look and appear older. So I'm very particular about what brands I choose and what makeup I use. Even though brands are more self-aware of the age differences among their users and the people who purchase their products, it's still, you know, some brands cater to millennials and younger, while other brands cater to what I like to call the ageless fashionista, which is totally what I consider myself and all my millennial friends and such. So without further ado, let's get to the review. So I have been using the LA Girl and e.l.f. line of products now, I guess, for about 6 months. This is something new that I found this year, and I purchased these things with my own money. Most of the time, my videos on here are from using items that I purchased with my own money. If I haven't done so, I will make sure and tell you that this video is sponsored, so you won't feel like, okay, well, she's just giving them a good review because they're paying her. We know how that works. You read the story, so we know what goes on behind the scenes. So this video is not sponsored by either LA Girl or e.l.f. So now that we've got the legalities out of the way, I thought I'd start with LA Girl because this is the one that I've been using the longest. Now, I also have the e.l.f. palette. Wait, let me show you the box so you can see little bits and pieces. The boxes of the LA Girl blush highlighter palette and the e.l.f. blush highlighter palette. Now, both of these guys are super similar. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna be really straight up and honest. I use them both equally, and I must say that they both perform well. Now, let me tell you what I mean by perform well, because I have the type of oily skin that soaks up everything by the end of the day. Like my T-zone is super oily. So if I get cheap makeup that isn't worth a darn, I'm gonna know. Like if I get cheap anything that isn't worth a darn, I'm going to know, because I'm one of those people whose body soaks up moisture and soaks up perfume and it soaks up makeup. Anything just soaks it up. So I have to buy quality, and quality these days doesn't mean $80 for a blush palette. Okay, so it just doesn't. Those days have changed and they're not gone. There's still some great $80 for palette makeup, but that's just not my budget range and not what I'm talking about in this video. So, affordable blush palettes, LA Girl and e.l.f. Sorry, not e.l.f. So, affordable palettes, both of these are. And let me show you what you get in the LA Girl. Now, never mind, I've been using it a lot. You can tell which one I love. I love the highlighter. You have a contour, and you have 2 complementary blushes that you can change. You can dial them down or dial them up, depending on what highlighter, how much highlighter or contour you use with each one. Both of these are great colors. They work well on my black skin, which it can look kind of artificial and fake when some, ethnic women use too much red and pink blush. I'm happy to say that these start off very light which means they blend in very well with your skin tone as long as you don't start off with a heavy hand. Now for my videos, I have to have something that stands out. Now it might look as though I'm wearing little to no makeup on here. You might see a hint, but I really have it on heavy, and I still could walk out the house and be just fine, because the makeup allows you to deviate from whatever, you know. If you need more of it, then put more on. If you need less of it, then put less on. It's not going to look weird if you do either or. It's both of those methods will work, and both of them, most importantly, last all day. Like when I go to bed at night and I use my trusty buddy micellar water to clean my face, I'm cleaning off makeup, the blush as well. It didn't soak into my skin. It didn't make my pores look bigger. Like, is the problem with aging skin as you get older is you have the problem of makeup and things sinking into your pores, and then you just start sweating and it just looks bad. It just does. So we don't want that. Enough about LA Girl. So let me show you the e.l.f. palette. Now I did notice one thing that's different about the e.l.f. palette that I didn't have to do so much with the LA Girl. I have to put this on a little heavier. It's a little lighter. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. This is made for custom colorization. Like you have your contour and your highlighter, which is a little dark, which is a little orangey for my liking, but it actually works to tone down the pink and the red undertones in the two on this side. So perhaps one of the biggest differences I found in the LA Girl brick and the e.l.f. cosmetic line was the highlighters. Now at first glance, let me get both of them opened up. I'm trying to hurry up because my light's gonna leave again. At first glance, they look a lot alike. Okay, let me show them to you. It's the highlighters so you can really look at them. They look a lot alike at first glance. I can tell these two companies compete with each other quite often because I see similarities in their products, but they are somewhat different. One, the LA Girl highlighter is, you can use that underneath your foundation and it looks better. It's very bright, it's very luminescent, and it just stands out. It really does stand out better. Now there are luminosity levels on the makeups, on the highlighters. If I'm not mistaken, there's a 90, a 120, and a 150, and the higher you go, the more luminous it is. So that's why I think this one is a little different. This one was a 90, whereas this one is a 120, if I'm not mistaken. I will have to double check for you. But I prefer the e.l.f. one, because the e.l.f. highlighter, because I can use it on top of my foundation. Now, it's personal preference how you do your foundation. Some ladies like to put their highlighter underneath the foundation. Others like to put the highlighter over the top of the foundation. I have skin that sucks in everything, so I do both. These two work together very well. Both of them last all day. The coverage is excellent. If you use a highlighter brush, which I highly recommend, I actually use the e.l.f. highlighter brushes. And if you use a highlighter brush, then you'll have the control that you need to get it in the exact right spots. You want to make sure you put the highlighter in your cupid's bow as well as your forehead if you don't have oily skin. I have oily skin. I don't put highlighter in this area for that reason, but I do put my highlighter along the edges of my eyes, and I come around my nose, and then I put it on my chin. And the reason I do that is because it actually helps to tone down the sweat glands. With an oily T-zone, it's just so bad. It's so bad. During this time of the year, I just don't even try to do anything other than give in to the sweat because it's just really bad. But if you don't have an oily T-zone, then you can vary your highlighter according to what looks best for you. So there you have it. LA Girl and e.l.f. Cosmetics are both very, very good. Good meaning the coverage is good, the colors are true on your skin, and the makeup lasts all day. So if you enjoyed this video and the content that we brought to you today, please be sure and subscribe and pass the word on. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers next. We reached 500 thanks to you lovely folks. So I'm looking forward to the next milestone and growing with you along with our YouTube channel. So until next time.